It's a two-horse pony show at the dog races now. How do they play it? Big side draft coming. Oh, he slammed him. He put him in the wall. Holy shit. What does Ruffino do? Can Ruffino get back and repay the favor? I think he'll turn his ass if he can. He's got the run through the triangle, to the bottom, to the top. Oh, he's gonna run his ass over. He's in the back of him. They're sideways. They wreck. McCandless wins. Holy shit.
Garage fam, welcome to the NASCAR Race Recap Federated Auto Parts 400. I got Moonhead.
What's up?
I got Moonhead with me. I hadn't seen your ass since Tona, which feels like forever ago. What's just for the listeners, what's been going on in the world of Moonhead lately? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Been recovering from Daytona, really. Have my sleep schedule all backwards and
oh man, yeah, it's different for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, just same old stuff on the iRacing streams, and then I've been traveling a lot this year, heading to just every race I can. Whether I've been to IMSA, I've been to a bunch of short track stuff, been to NASCAR. I got a few more things planned. Don't really know where I'm going. Hell, I might be at Bristol next weekend. I still don't know, but
let's go. We're planning on it.
Are y'all gonna be there?
Yeah, so we actually, I think that's one of the races that we had locked down because we've been off for like 2 weeks. We've been here doing a bunch of work in Louisiana and then just kind of getting mentally prepared to get back in the game now going into next week. So first time at Bristol. It'll be my first time at Bristol.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've never been. I'm excited about it, and I hear you have to watch it from the stands. I've seen a lot of your videos that you've put out when you're there. I remember the first time. I think the first time we had you on the show was after a Bristol race because you were like hugged up with this dude and everybody was like, "Where's your mask?"
Yeah, I got canceled. Yeah.
You're back though.
A guy climbed the fence and was just going nuts, and then they made him climb down, and then he was just gonna walk out. And I was like, well, none of the journalists are gonna get an interview with this guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I took matters into my own hands. I thought I was the hero that NASCAR needed.
You did big journalist shit.
Twitter
right
didn't
there.
agree with me, but a lot of people, like, I still have people bring it up to me. But yeah, there were some very angry people, but I pretended to apologize and people got over it. So.
Crazy times though, man. Like they actually, I think NASCAR is like, they're talking about doing the same thing. Like for the people, like personnel inside the track going into Bristol this week, they've been discussing it. So it's all over the place,
really?
man. Yeah.
Well, what are they talking about doing?
They're just talking about making you wear a mask and you can't have close contact with the drivers. So it put
it's so weird because like at Daytona, there were so many restrictions when it came to like not going on the grid, but everything else was still normal. It was the weirdest thing. And I'm like, okay, like because I especially on like the Xfinity side, like I know a lot of people over there, and like I was like, okay, am I allowed to be seen like close to these people, or am I gonna get yelled at? So
no, it's kind of like they're just like they look out there at all the people and they're like, yeah, fuck these people. We have to protect our assets. Like, come. But it's truly like, I'll just say this much. I mean, it's you get down there, they definitely have their enforcements. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's all right, I guess. You know, I won't go too much into detail about it, but I will say I won't name the name. There was a driver that I actually like started dabbing up, and then like the PR person's like, oh, COVID protocols. and like, so I was just like, oh shit. All right. Like it's like that. Yeah. So
yeah, see, I have a couple like videos and pictures I haven't posted. I'm falling off. I'm saving those for a rainy day.
Oh no, the pictures that you're not supposed to post are the ones when you're out, like where I saw you at in Daytona. That's the ones you got to keep quiet. Dude, I freaked out when I saw you. I literally I know we got a race to talk about, but Moonhead's here. It's more important right now. You need to know this. So I'm literally Dale and I are linked up with a couple of people. We're in this club in Daytona. And then all of a sudden I'm like looking out the glass and Dale comes to me and he's just like, is that And then as soon as he says, "Is that?" I look and I just see. There it is. Full moon's out tonight, baby. That stash in full effect. And I'm just like, there's only one other motherfucker in this industry that's got a strong as mustache as me. And it's you. And I just moon God.
Dude, it was great. It was great. That was such a fun night.
Yeah, it was. That's the spirit of Daytona. Like Dega, it's like you get, you've been to Dega, right? Obviously.
So I've only been to Dega. I went to a truck race a few years ago, but I've only been to like a cup race under COVID, and it was the first race back with fans. So I haven't actually got to experience like Dega. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I realize I'm so lucky because like I grew up. That was my home track.
Yeah,
so I went there every year.
So close to it, but I've never got to experience. And this year, the Miata national runoffs or whatever the hell they call it are the same weekend. So I'm either going to be in Indy watching that or I'm going to be at Dega. So either way, I'll have a good time.
You can't go wrong in either of those places. Though, honestly. Indy is just a gym in its own, man. I just got familiarized with Indianapolis this year. Went for the first time. I'm in love with that place. Like, really? Yeah, the 500. Like that was my first IndyCar race I ever went to, and literally they were under like restrictions, but it was still just like insane the amount of people. Like they were literally like, I'm probably not supposed to say this. They were literally just letting people in. Like I bought a ticket from like a guy on the street. And then like I went to go through it. I'm like, I got this ticket, and they're just like, come on. Like it's like I'm just like, oh shit. Like
that's great.
So yeah, it's but it's awesome, man. Like they packed it out and it's like space racing, dude. I don't know. It's crazy. And then go in to watch a NASCAR race there on the road course was insane too. So yeah. I love that. I love what they did with the Brickyard, making it, the Brickyard 250 now. So I'm for it. I like all this road course racing that's going on. And a lot of people are still just like banging on the oval shit, but it's like, let them get wild with it, man. I'm becoming a fan of racing, as a whole now. So it's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to link up in Indy. You have to come to a 500.
Dude, I've got it circled. Maybe next year. I don't know. Definitely Daytona 500. I'll be there next year.
Big bet. That's going to be fun too.
I'd really like to hit an Indy 500, but I don't know.
We'll see what happens. There's a lot of magical things going on in the world of NASCAR and racing right now. So it's awesome. But speaking of talking about today, Saturday racing, NFL comes on Sunday. So I think it's strategically placed.
Oh yeah.
Saturday, they're just like, okay, yeah, we gotta show football. But this is my first year where I'm not as heavy on football. So I've literally trimmed down to one fantasy football league. And you remember last year, I'm hitting you up like, yo, you want to be in this league? You want to be in this league? And now it's just completely different. So I don't know. I'm
actually playing this year.
You are?
Yeah. And dude, I don't know anything about football.
You're going to get hooked, man.
I know, dude. I was so invested on Thursday watching the game. And I mean, obviously I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just like, win me some money. I'm ready
for shits and gigs. For shits and gigs, who do you have on your team?
So let me whip out my phone here, because I don't even really know. From what I've heard, I actually don't have a terrible team.
I'll be the judge, because I still know a good bit about the foosball, but we're trying to shift a little bit of focus here. So it's been different.
I've got Dak Prescott, Aaron Jones, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, don't know who that is, Calvin Ridley, CD Lamb, Robert.
We had a
Tunyon,
good Thursday night.
Tyler Lockett. Well, I had Gronk on my bench, so it could have been. Ciaro Santos. I don't know.
You got you're in a kicker league, yeah. Santos,
and then Chiefs defense. But then I got, like I said, I had Gronk on my bench, which probably. But I don't know.
Who's your starting tight end again?
Tunyon. He hasn't played yet.
Oh, Tonka Tunyon? Yeah, you got to go for Tonka. Well, I call him Tanyan just because it goes better with Tonka.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
You got to stream that like on a race this year. Like if it's on like a Sunday or something like that, and or whatever day, if it's a Thursday night, whatever, and you're just in the middle of a broadcast, just out of nowhere, just for me, just Tonka Tunyon. just like hit it.
I'll do that.
He was one of my favorites. That's not a bad team though, man. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way. So yeah, my team is not too bad, I guess. It's okay. It could have been better. Like I feel like I get fucked out of getting Alvin Kamara every year, and like I'm a Saints fan, so it's like that's my guy. I did get Jameis Winston this year though, so I'm excited about his laser eyes because he had surgery, so he can actually see now. So maybe all those interceptions will just go to reception, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's cool. So you're playing fantasy football. I'm sure next year we're going to dabble because we have a league with a bunch of NASCAR media people that are in it right now. And that's what we've done this year. Instead of doing the pro league like we've done for so long, we just it got to a point where it was getting tough. So we got this one kicked up. A lot more people were dabbling. So we'll have to get you in here next year if we can keep expanding.
All right.
But yeah, so race time, great Saturday. Shout out to Noah fucking Gragson. All right, Garage Guys Racing future contract star boy. He fucking won at Richmond. This race was awesome for a couple of reasons. One, Noah won back-to-back. Shout out to Drake. Great mixtape on SoundCloud. And I guess the other thing was just the fact that Earnhardt raced again.
Yes.
That was like, to me, I know Dale is in Nashville this weekend, and he was just like blowing up the Discord today. Just about how I'm not in honor of Dale Racing, I'm not placing bets. And like he did not place a bet today. He was like, I just want to sit and enjoy this. He is there's a reason this motherfucker goes by Dale Earnhardt, obviously. Now you know. But I mean, you were growing up around that era too. I mean, like was Earnhardt like that your guy when you
he
were
was my 100%, he was my guy. And honestly, after he retired, I didn't know what I wanted to do because I liked Larson. And I mean, obviously I still do. And I guess that's kind of what led me to be a BJ McLeod fan, because I knew nobody was going to fill the Dale void for me. So I might as well go for somebody who's kind of different and relatable. So I was like, I'll just be a BJ fan. But yeah, growing up, man, Dale was my guy. Like I had all the toy cars, diecast stuff in my room, Dale Jr. shirts. I mean, I was a Dale Jr. fanatic growing up. Typical redneck kid, I guess. But I big
I was
Dale.
There. I was right there.
It's weird too, because like my dad and my mom, like they weren't like senior fans really at all.
Really? Who were they fans of?
My mom was a Gordon fan, and my dad was a Tony Stewart fan.
Bro, I had it on today. I was rocking. Dude, by the way, I completely forgot to bring Jimmy into the equation here. We're bringing Winston back. This is my advertisement. We're bringing Winston back. Garage Guys. Go to the website. Winston's back. No bull. Not bullshitting you. All right. There's that. Yeah, I saw that at the house, and like I bought that in Florida, and I was like, I have to buy this car. It's no bull. You remember those days?
That's awesome. Good, yeah.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. Like, and it was cool to watch like how they were replaying the 9/11 race from Dover. That Earnhardt went that all of that to me, like just watching those videos. And Dale's been putting like these sentimental TikToks together lately, and they just highlight Dale Jr. and they make you want to cry almost. And you're just like I can't do this right now. Like, come on. But it was awesome.
So I was too young. Trying to think, my first really year of NASCAR that I remember was probably 03 or 04.
Yeah, you're 20, you're 21, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I was a little too young for the 01 stuff. But yeah, honestly, I had 03, 04, a little bit of 05, and then it kind of got rough after that being a junior fan. Then towards the end, it picked back up until the concussion.
How many energy drinks did you drink in 2008?
I wasn't. My mom was very funny about that. She did not want me bouncing off the walls. So like I had a couple, but to be honest, like I'm a very picky like eater and even drinker. Like I like water, Sprite, and the occasional alcoholic beverage, and that's about it. Like I'm not a big energy drink guy as it is. And Amp, I think there's kind of a reason Amp's not around these days. Yeah, it wasn't the best energy drink on the market. So I don't think I really missed out.
Yeah, no, there was I was a skateboard kid, so I drank a lot of energy drinks. I probably gave myself high blood pressure at like 14, but those days are behind us. All right. So, we got better, but I still drink a shit ton of Red Bull. So shout out to Max Verstappen. It's his fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, Earnhardt himself, man, just racing, and he said he's not done. So, sigh of relief. We'll probably see him more. Obviously, he loves the Xfinity series, man. And I think that that's just where we're going to constantly keep seeing him, especially because he owns a team or whatever. So it would be dope to see him like hit a full-time season. I doubt he does it, but I mean, to see him rate, like, where would you want to see Junior race again?
I really want to see him run Martinsville in the Xfinity car, because I feel like, man, like I never got to see Dale win, and I go to Martinsville every year, and I know that that's a race he'd go out there and do really well in, because I mean, hell, one of his last wins came there, and I don't know, I just felt like Dale was always pretty good at Martinsville, and even he said it, like it's one on his list. So I'd love to see him do that. I don't think we'll ever see him in a plate race again, sadly, but I'd love to see him go win Xfinity at Dega or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Dega would be the shit, man. Dude, Dega would go crazy. I mean, dude, Dega, I remember in 2019, or I think it was 2019, when it was Jeffrey Earnhardt was racing for Gibbs.
Yeah.
And he got into third place, dude. The place went berserk. Like, it's just anytime an Earnhardt is close to winning in Dega, it's just something about it. I don't know. But I was gonna say Dega, yeah, but dude, Martinsville would be good. I mean, Josh Berry won there. So I mean, the car is capable. So it would be awesome to see it, man. I'm hoping that it's somewhere really cool, where, because like those races are the ones that always bring people and attach them to. But today, for Noah to get that win, another weird thing too, Justin Haley finished second, 9-11. And then earlier at this race, the Cup race that we're about to talk about, was Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. So I was like, this is fishy. But to see Noah win 2 races in a row after like not having a win all season, like it feels good, man. I mean, a kid brings heavy energy. Have you got to be around Noah at all?
I haven't got to meet him yet. I had one encounter where I was around him, but we just didn't speak. So I don't know. I'd love to talk to him. I'm sure he's a cool guy.
Kid's a live wire, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to introduce us next time.
Oh, big bet. Yeah, I know. We today, like whenever he won, like I ended up making a meme. He just actually, I was trying to shoot him a text. Oh, hold on, let's see. Yeah, all right, he's busy. I was gonna try to get him to come on here, and like, dude, but I was like, yeah, he's probably celebrating. But his little climb the fence thing that he's doing. He's just, I don't know, like, it's good to see somebody that's like a showman kind of like get back in that role. Are you of the opinion that there's just not enough personality?
100%.
NASCAR.
100%, dude. Like, and so many that I've met are actually cool dudes. They're just, it's so, with the way things are these days with social media, and then sponsors, aren't just running into the sport like they used to. So, I mean, I get why everybody has to be so careful, but man, I'd love to see more personalities like Noah, or just personalities in general. They don't have to be like Noah, just more people being themselves and being unique and showing a little bit of emotion, whether it's, being happy that they won or wanting to go punch somebody in the mouth because they lost, like either side of that. And I feel like Noah, I mean, we've seen both out of him. He climbs the fence and runs up to the stands when he wins. And when Harrison Burton came up and wanted to start something, he punched him in the face. So I think we need more of that.
Yeah, dude, I think that's what I say. Like I tell people all the time, like this become like a catchphrase of ours, like bringing Winston back. Like it takes an army to do that,
And I think there's some guys out there. I mean, I think Sheldon Creed, he's not as flashy as Noah, but I feel like Sheldon
fucking great.
Yeah, Sheldon's a guy who just doesn't care. Brett Moffitt, he gets himself in trouble on Twitter a lot, but he's himself, so I feel like there's a lot of guys, even Bubba, like we've seen Bubba get out when he threw water on Bowman and stuff. Like Bubba's not scared to throw down when he gets mad, and
I've got to see I've got to see him once at Talladega. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning back when he was running for Richard Petty. And he's just out there just living the time of his life. And he likes metal music. And so like I'm kind of a metalhead myself. But like I know he does a lot of drumming and stuff. He'll sub in. It's just a lot of these guys, man. I got to meet Blaney this past year. He's like so much different than you think he would be after seeing him on TV and stuff. Yeah, just chill dude, man. Just like, but like, yeah, what you're saying is so true. It's just a lot of it, I feel like, is based out of fear. You know, like you can't, you know, you don't want to do this. Well, we need cigarette companies to come back in and people won't pay anymore.
Man, it would be so great. And it's not all on the drivers. I think it's a lot of it, you know, everybody's doing everything by the book, you know, these days. And I feel like the book kind of strips people of their creativity. And I don't know, like what you guys have done, kind of being on the media side of things, but taking a completely different approach. I loved it in DC, and y'all run up to the wall and you had all the media members, and then he got you in your cut off shorts or whatever, and just looking like you're having a great time.
Dude, I would not be surprised if they like banned us from Indy, dude. Like,
dude, I'm surprised. Security at Daytona did not like me. I don't know what it was, but I mean, I couldn't do it.
You weren't even wearing shorts. You had pants on.
Dude, it wasn't anything to do with it. Like, I had one security dude tell me to go out and sign the start finish line. So I go out there and sign the start finish line. And then apparently the people in the tower did not like that. So they sent somebody down there to yell at me. And it was a whole thing. And then I got kicked out of the Sixes pit stall by track security. And what? I don't know. It's just crazy, man. I don't know.
Ryan Newman doesn't need a bodyguard.
No, it was Vargas.
This is Xfinity.
Yeah, I was just chilling over there, and yeah, they didn't want me standing over there. Not the crew. The crew was cool.
You wouldn't. Okay, so it wasn't JD Motors. It was
no. Their crew chief was the one that told me to stand right there. He races in my races, and so I was just chilling there because it's Daytona. They don't really pit or do anything. Yeah. They want you to stand out in the fire lane where people are pushing stuff. They don't want you standing out of the way. It's crazy.
Right.
I told the security guy, I was like, I am literally in the way out here. There's nothing going on right here. But
it's weird, man. Cause like I've learned enough about it now. I can't give away all the secrets on the show, but we can definitely talk about it, you know, off the record, but there are definitely ways around certain people. You remember the faces of the people that fuck with you. And you're 100%. Just like, if you see them, you're just like, not going by that guy. Yeah. Like, you know, so
problem with me is I stick out. And I guess you guys
we do too.
Like, yeah. So like, if anybody's going to get pointed out in a crowd, it's usually going to be me or y'all. So
yeah. And we keep, I guess I had in Michigan, like I went to go walk out and I didn't have any more issues in Michigan, but like, there was this one guy and I was going, he was like, hey, you can't be there. And I was like, I'm with media. And he's like, I don't care. You can't be there. And then I go to walk away. He's like, you know what gives it away? I was like, what? He was like, the fucking shorts. And I was just like, it's hot out here, bro. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
God.
Yeah. He's like, it's the shorts. It's like, what's really going to happen to me? It's like, let me sign a waiver.
That has made me mad this year going to these races is how unorganized and how there's no uniformity with these security guys, because you've got NASCAR security and then you got track security, and none of them are on the same page.
Well, like your story, there's no communication between the guy telling you to go sign the start finish line and the guy
so
like
all this guy,
think they'd have a fucking walkie-talkie.
Yeah, the people upstairs think I'm out there vandalizing the track, and then I'm just doing what I was told. I don't know, but it wasn't a big deal. But because I told the guy, I was like, look, I was just doing what I was told. It's crazy, man. Like Nashville was the same way. Were y'all in Nashville?
Yeah. So a funny story about Nashville. We literally the first day, Texas has like banned us from media. They will not let us go to media because like I posted videos of like me in the garage with no passes, like just like talking to Cliff Daniels and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like we just kind of just did our thing. We just sailed right through. But I did this whole video where I basically like shit on the track. I was like, is everything really bigger in Texas? I kind of shit on the state of Texas in a way.
Yeah.
But no, Nashville, so we did that, and we were going to try to do it at Nashville, where we go in and I'm like judging everything in the track. So smart ass me, we're in that big ass RV, and I'm just like, I'm just going to pull in here where the fucking drivers fucking park their RVs.
I tried that too. I tried driving my truck in there. They turned my ass around so quick.
I backed in, and I'm like, well, I got sponsors and shit on the side. Like, they probably won't question me. And this dude just whips up in a fucking Yukon, and he's like, hey, what's your name, man? And I was like, Chase. And he goes, are you got your pass? You supposed to be here? I was like, no. I was like, I'm coming to rate the track. I was like, I have an appointment. He was like, an appointment with who? And I was like, nobody. I lied. I was like, don't arrest me. Like, so dude, that's funny though. You try to get in there, but you're like, what did you do? Like, you parked?
Well,
like,
so I went to the credentials thing up there at the top of the hill, because Nashville, if the viewers have never been there, it's in a very weird place. It's like
it's about an industrial park.
Yeah, it's like an Amazon fulfillment center off the back straightaway. So it's a very, I don't know what it is, but it's like a big distribution deal. So you turn in by that, and you go to this credentials trailer, and then there's a road that leads down. And I was like, okay. I read on the little thing, like, parking's not included, but I was like, see if they don't stop me. And I made it down there, and I think once again, my appearance gave it away. I think they're like, yeah, this guy, he's not supposed to be down here. So they stopped me, and they're like, where are you trying to go? I'm like, I'm just trying to park. They said, well, you need to go out front. So then I had to go out front and walk 2 miles to get back to the tunnel.
We need polos, but then we need to cut the sleeves off of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's like, you want us to dress nice, like you want us to dress like robot media people. I got you, bro. Like,
I'm not even media. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm always on like the guest stuff. I think I've made my bed as far as
so
media
much
goes.
better on that side.
Yeah,
I don't get Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you can get lucky and a team will let you have it. But I don't know. I've made my bed. I don't see myself ever getting approved for media stuff. So I
fell into it. It's strange, man. I had no idea that I had that kind of access when I was writing fantasy articles. And I mean, it does help because I mean, it gives us a place to write. It gives us a place to be in there. And like, we have kind of like the access that we can use. Cause I mean, we still do have to do statistical analysis like every week. So it's like, we dress like these dudes that like, live by a rock, like with a house built, made out of pine straw. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, we're trying to use big brain shit sometimes, but it's I mean, I've done both. I did the VIP thing in Indy, and it is a lot smoother. I will say that much. It's just because like, you're just kind of free. You're just like, all right, do what I want. But yeah, no, it's fun. I love these stories, man. Like I said, it's good to know that like we're getting the tracks, because like I saw you at Atlanta. That's where we got in a lot of shit with how we were dressed.
Oh, really?
SMI, I don't think SMI are big fans of us at all. Like,
yeah, they're pretty strict on it.
They are.
Have y'all been to Martinsville yet?
No. Hopefully this will be our first year. I want to do a Halloween party at
Martinsville. I'll be there, but I don't know if I'll be down there in the infield or anything.
You better come as a big Dracula, dog. Like, I want to see a big Dracula.
Their security is very strict, and there's really only one way in, and it's the little tunnel. So they stop everyone. So be prepared. That'll be a fun one for you guys.
Yeah. If we're I know we're definitely gonna try to get media, so we'll see how it shakes out. But
yeah,
I appreciate the tip.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to just like take my first bite of a Martinsville hot dog and then vomit. They look terrible.
Dude, it's so good.
They are
so good.
I'm a big hot dog guy.
Yeah, and you'll love it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna trust you. You.
Dude, I eat like in a weekend, I'll eat like 50 of them.
Jesus.
Like, I've done that. I think my
Joey Chestnut's like sweating. Like, he's like, shit, man.
I can eat hot dogs.
All right. Moonhead makes Joey Chestnut sweat. That's the headline of this. This is what the name of this show is now.
Perfect.
All right. So we'll get into Richmond to the Cup race, Federated 400. We'll call that. It sounds better.
Yeah.
One word names for races need to come back. They need to make a big comeback.
100%.
So the race started out, Hamlin's dominating it, and I didn't bet any Hamlin. Shout out to us again. 2 weeks, Chef Boi and I took Martin Truex at plus 400 to win the race. We held on tight for action. Let's talk about the beginning of it, though. He got black flagged, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not watching the race at the time when that happened, and I've heard of someone getting black flagged before and then being like disqualified, like go away. And so my mind immediately went to Martin Truex Jr. is not racing anymore. And I freaked out, dude. And I was like, no, like this can't be, because my other two bets were Kez and Larson, which did not have the best of runs tonight.
Yeah.
Larson lost his car somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he had a great car in the beginning, but were you watching this thing from start to finish?
Yeah. And I guess the rules are the rules, but man, I couldn't believe they penalized Truex for that, because Hamlin just lit him up and did
So that's
not
what
go.
it was. So that's how it went down.
Hamlin went and he lit him up and started spinning his tires, and then Truex's options, I guess, were slam on the brakes and probably wreck the field or just keep rolling, and they black flagged him for it.
Denny and his bag of tricks.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that dude's a trickster. Are you a Denny guy? You like Denny?
I don't know. I don't not like Denny.
I don't discriminate drivers anymore, but I know that there are people that like I'm very unbiased. Like when it comes to the Cup race, because I don't really have
I would say I'm the same way. There's not really a Cup driver that I'm like, I don't like. I wouldn't say I'm a Denny Hamlin fan, but I mean, you know, he's killing it right now. I mean, he's first and second starting the playoffs.
He lit up at the right time. We'll say
he's had kind of a rocky road off the track lately, but
maybe Jordan Fish was holding him back. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. I don't know. That got swept under the rug real quick. So
it did. Like you didn't hear shit. Like they were. Denny seems like, don't worry about this. They're giving you a rocket ship at Darlington. Go. So yeah, it was. He did incredible though. It's like if you didn't really have Denny in your lineup, you were kind of fucked. And that's why I think the majority of my lines went to shit, because I didn't play. I played more Martin and Larson than I played Martin and Hamlin. Yeah. So I screwed up in DFS there this week, but going into it, like, I mean, he's killing it. And then right there, like, other than that, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of events I would say that were like, just like eye popping in this race. This is one of those races where you've been on this track plenty of times. You know how to hook in those turns. And like, if you don't know how to do that properly and you can't like have that perfection laid down, you're going to be fucked in the long run, especially if your car's got a long run. And that's why I feel like you had to bet Martin Truex Jr. because for some reason, Richmond and Martinsville have become like, just, he owns them. Like, I know that he's not winning like every time there, but he's right there in the mix constantly. It's either a penalty or bad pit stop or whatever. It's the only thing that's going to stop him, I feel like, at this point. And he started developing that with Cole Pern, and he's been able to bring that over with James Small now. So it's cool to watch him like struggle for like the entirety of his career in short tracks and then become really good at them. Yeah. But I know that going from there, Chris Bell had a good finish, which he started P10. I didn't have a lot. You had to have him in DFS too. And are you dabbling a little bit more in the DraftKings world now?
No, dude, I want to, but every time I do it, I lose my ass. And I don't know, man. I'm not cut out for that shit. It makes me too anxious watching. Like,
that's what it's supposed to. That's gambling, brother.
And it would be fun. Like, I live in Georgia, obviously, so like there's not a lot of options as far as like betting goes, really. So I don't know. I feel like I could probably get more into the betting side of things, but like DraftKings and all that, too much has to go right for me. I don't know. It's too much to follow.
That's the same way Dale is too, man. He's like, I like DFS. Like he can kill it in trucks and in Xfinity, but when it comes to like Cup, he's like always one guy off, and he's just like.
I will say lately I've played more Xfinity, just because I feel like it's a little. I want to say easier, but I feel like it's a little easier for somebody like me to predict. Like, okay, like there's a lot of solid picks to be made throughout the field there, whereas I feel like when it comes to Cup, it's just. I don't know. I can't. You have people like Ross Chastain some weeks who can barely crack the top 20, it seems like, and then other weeks looks like he's going to win the damn thing. And I don't know.
Dude, he makes me so nervous. He had a P7 finish tonight, by the way. I don't know. He makes me nervous. Like, I just feel like he's that guy that will yeehaw on a motherfucker in any moment. Like, if he just gets angry, like, I could just see him snap. It's like when he was a child and, like, he just walked outside and saw, like, a bunch of, like, worms in the watermelons. Like, you imagine him exploding. Like, that's what he would do on a track. So it freaks me out. But, yeah, Chase Elliott had the best Chevy of the night. That was kind of a surprise. Like, I knew that he's been better here, but I think me and everyone else in the world probably thought Larson would have been. So he's getting better at, perfecting his craft at Richmond, because Richmond's a tough track, even though it's like, for me, at least on the outside looking in, I do feel like it's a tough track to learn, because you don't just see some, random rookie or some guy come in here and just win that thing. Like, you got to be like veteran and have the experience and the time and the patience and the strategy for this track. So it's kind of become one of my like favorite tracks, like low key, and I've never been there and I want to go, but yeah, it's a true like race fans race at these places. People that are like wanting like big wrecks. So this is not your type of race. Yeah. So it's different. But Kyle Busch screwed the pooch for himself. Kurt Busch. Do you think Kurt Busch is going to be out in round one?
It's looking that way, but I will say, if there was a track that I feel like he could go get a clutch win at, it'd be Bristol, because Kurt Busch is the man at Bristol. Yeah,
both Busch brothers.
Yeah, they. I wouldn't count either of them out at Bristol. So, if we were going anywhere but Bristol, I would say Kurt is done. He's out. But I could easily see him go with how they've been running too. Like, it's not like he's in this situation because he's run like shit. It's just bad luck both weeks.
Right.
And same thing with his team. I mean, I think Ross could have probably gone far in the playoffs with how he's been running lately, but early in the season, he's just so hit or miss. It's crazy. But I feel like Kurt's kind of been the same this year, and he just had that win at Atlanta that got him in. But yeah, I mean, I could easily see Kurt going and winning next week.
It's almost like Ganassi like got some extra money pumped in. They're just like, let's put some more speed in this car and show people what Ross can do before he gets moved over to Trackhouse, because they're getting all that equipment. I mean, dude, they're gonna have a really good shot at being a winning organization.
Oh yeah,
the way that they're running right now. And I don't know. It's cool to see. It's awesome to see Ross though have two good runs in a row. And then Logano was P5 top Ford, and then you had Truex, Hamlin, and Bell right there, 1, 2, 3. So Gibbs has just really got it figured out at Richmond, but was awesome to win. Always awesome to win 2 weeks in a row. NASCAR playoffs are looking really good for our bets. Unit counts looking strong, still up like a gazillion million units. I don't even know the number anymore. I stopped counting. Like it's been a great year. It started off like shit, dude. My first win wasn't until the Bushy McBush race with Kyle Busch. So that was awesome. And I was like the only guy out of me and Dale, I think, to bet him. So It was fun. Yeah, it was just like everybody's like, why are you doing that? And I was like, well, watch. Crazy times.
It's a good race. Man, that feels like so long ago.
It does, man. So much has changed, and the landscape of the year just pivoted so much. Like, I feel like this year has been the slowest but fastest year of my life.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like when you're on the road a lot, and you've been to a lot of races this year, when you're on the road a lot and you're going, and you're just like, the weekends fly. But then it's like, once you get home and you sit, it's like they all process at one time, and you're just like downloading all of it. And you're like,
So the past month or so, I've been home a lot more, like been home 2-3 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And the weeks, man, feel so slow now. And like all the memories from the year are finally starting to like, and I'm like, man, that was March that I did this thing. Like, it feels like just yesterday I was doing that, because I was just,
dude, it's not gonna get any better too. Like, look, thinking back to the 500 now, I keep thinking that was 2020, and then I'm like, oh wait, no. I was there like with my wife in 2020. This year we were all three together. It's like, I don't know. It's just been a crazy year. 2021's been great, but I'm feeling good about this decade, man. This decade is shaping up strong for racing, not just NASCAR, but across the board. I mean, everyone I meet almost now is an F1 fan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Yeah, but that's like remote control cars. I was like, do you like loud cars? And they're just like, oh, they're pretty loud. I'm like, like, check this out. Like, they're like, but the stereotype still reigns strong over NASCAR, and we probably don't help it. But who
No.
gives a shit?
Yeah, we
Like,
don't.
this is what it is. This is what NASCAR is. It's like you
Yeah.
either love it or hate it. I had people we met in Nashville. We were talking to them about it, and like they were like, dude, this one guy had like some I call them Jethro chops, dude. It's just like those big fucking, like a guy named Jethro would have had those.
Yes.
And so it's like seeing that, and then they're just like, oh yeah, man, it's just like white trash bash, man, just having a good time. And I'm like, dude, hey man, it's kick ass. Keep doing it. Like, it's like, it's just fun, man. It's just it's a good vibe, and it's a culture in its own. So that, and then IndyCar is like wannabe F1. Those fans are like, like the F1 guys got the button downs on, the IndyCar guys wear polos, and the NASCAR people wear cut off shirts.
Yes.
T-shirts.
I want to go to an IndyCar race. I'd like to experience that because IMSA was pretty cool. Dude, you haven't been to an IMSA race, have you?
What are IMSA fans like?
So I went out into like the campgrounds of Watkins Glen, and to be honest, it was a lot like a NASCAR race. Like, really? Surprisingly. Yeah, it was just a lot of local people out there having a good time.
Okay.
And now that might just be the Glen, because I've heard, they like to get
Watkins
wild
Glen,
there.
I've heard it's a party in its own.
Yeah, but man, like it was just such a cool experience because they do this thing before the race where they let Kyle Tilley had me there with the passes or whatever they call them in IMSA. I don't know. I was at the little credential office thing and I felt so out of place because I'm standing there in like a Bass Pro shirt, and then there's like executives from manufacturers standing around me and stuff. But I get down there, and like an hour before the race starts, they open up the gate and let all the fans that have a ticket onto pit road, and all the drivers and the crews go stand by their cars, and fans can just come up and meet people, look at the car, ask the crew questions about the car. And that was just super cool to me. Like, there's so many little things that IMSA did that I just thought was super, super cool. So
I just want to meet Jordan Taylor.
Yeah, like, he seems like a cool guy.
That guy is a fucking world. I saw the video of him, like where he like made people think he put his dog in the Tesla go-kart. And like when I saw, have you seen that video of him?
No.
You need to go stalk the Instagram, dude, and go down and just find where like the dog has a helmet on. And like he built this Tesla truck go-kart. And like I thought the dog was in it, and it was like a remote controlled one, but it's like it turns out he actually had a dog mask on and he was in it. But like, dude, he was like spinning and doing fucking donuts and shit. And that's the first video I ever saw by that guy. And then I started looking, and I saw the Rodney Sandstorm shit, and he just seems like a complete vibe. Like he literally walked up in the middle of an interview on Fox and like tried to get Jeff Gordon to sign his shoe. He was like, "You sign my shoe?"
That's
like,
funny.
They were trying to call fucking security on him. He's like, "That's Rodney." Jeff's like, "That's Rodney Sandstorm."
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking funny. So he's definitely the reason I would go to an IMSA race. Like we should just do a Rolex 24. Like we should try to like seriously cover.
I'm seriously considering going next year.
I think I am too.
To go and just stay up the whole time, wander around the track and see what I get to.
We're just gonna go like to the doctor and like get prescribed ADHD medicine, and we're just gonna stay up for 24 hours,
100%.
Just like bugged out, just like Mason, like, all night, dude. Yeah, it would be awesome, dude. Like we had a guy that went to the 24, and like he actually got into the garage, like not supposed to be there. He's like, "I'm gonna go look for Rick Ware." I'm like, "That's your sanctuary. Like if you go find Rick, he'll take care of you. Like go find him, go." I'm like tweeting at Rick. I'm like, "Rick, there's this guy coming. Like don't turn him away."
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. He's I definitely want to experience that. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of racing we got to experience. We got IMSA, so I'll see you at an IMSA race. If I can make it happen, you just need to come do the 500 with us, because Dale is like the ultimate tour guide. He's been going to that race since he's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So that's like his playground. And then Talladega, I will escort you through the walks of Dega. I'll take you to all the places. I've seen everything literally from like a guy telling you you're going to hell to a dude getting shot at 3:30 in the morning. So
Really?
it's pretty, yeah. It was,
Why did he get shot? What did he do?
Somebody was just drunk and they had a gun, dude. It was bad.
And he just had a bad night.
Yeah, everybody's just partying it up, and all of a sudden you just this is a 2017. You're and I'm like, the fuck? And this guy's like, I got shot. Like literally, like laying there, just like, it was a big dude too.
Yeah.
He's laying there, but he literally just looked up at me. He was like, I got shot. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I know you got shot. There's an ambulance coming. He was like, man, this is crazy. Like the whole time, I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh my God.
That was it was a wild experience. So like there hasn't been any more accidents like that. Security's a lot tighter over in the Geico free camping across the street.
Typically after someone gets shot, they ramp up that type of thing. That's when you have to rein it back in when people start getting shot.
Yeah, dude. Geico free camping. That's where, like, right across the track, dude. You've seen it. If you've been there, you've seen that place. That big area. It's free camping, dude. It's just, dude, it is just no laws out there. Cops don't even want to go out there, but they do now. They're like posted up everywhere now, so it's all good. But anyway, dude, Moonhead, it's been so good catching up with you, dude. Good talking about some racing and amongst all the other cool shit we talked about tonight. So where can everybody in the Garage Fan follow you on social media? They should all know you, but just in case they don't,
just it's Moonhead on Twitter and Moonhead on Twitch. Those are really my main places. Too ugly for Instagram. Don't use that a lot.
Go subscribe to this motherfucker on Twitch. He's hilarious. He is best in the business when it comes to, like, this guy will be broadcasting a race somewhere like in 30 years from now when all the TV stations don't exist anymore and it's just all apps on like your mirror on your wall. When channels are just apps, he'll be like Mike Joy's age, and like he will be like a legend of like doing that. Okay, so broadcasting legend, like in the future, like he's there. So it's awesome what you do, man. It's fucking cool. It's got me into esports now. Like I was always that guy. I was like, why the fuck would anybody want to sit and watch someone play video games? And then now I'm on the fence. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. I'm on the other side now. It's like I get it. So it's awesome. So yeah, make sure you guys follow Moonhead. Thanks again for being on the show. And we will be back next week. We'll be in Bristol. So a lot of cool things coming up. We'll keep you posted. You know where to follow me at Garage Guy Chase, and then follow the Garage Guys main account at Garage Guys FS everywhere. But that's a show. And I'm gonna sign us out. Are you ready? Here we go. Sports, profit, repeat.
You want me to repeat it?
It's like shampoo instructions, I guess.
Yeah.
All the show is over, but it's not. You can say it.
Huh?
Just say
Sports, repeat.
Repeat. All right. That's a fucking show, dude.